your guide to $1 million highway road trip. Take in stunning views and a trip through mining. History on one of Colorado's most thrilling and dangerous roads. A 25-mile stretch of paved highway nestled high in Colorado's San Juan Mountains is considered one of the most dangerous roads in America and one of the most eye-poppingly scenic. Known as the $1 Million Highway, it traverses the rugged beauty between Silverton and Ouray on a narrow, twisty road practically guaranteed to elicit gasps of awe, fear, or possibly both. It's easy to see why it made our list of the best road trips in America. Here's what you need to know if you're thinking of checking it out. The $1 Million Highway is just a small portion of the 236-mile San Juan Skyway. Itself a section of U.S. Highway 550, which runs 305 miles from Bernalillo, New Mexico to Montrose, Colorado. Silverton is just 50 miles from Durango, making the drive a must-do for anyone visiting the southwestern corner of Colorado, anyone with a taste for adrenaline. That is, if you're coming from Denver, expect about a 6-hour drive to Durango or 6.5 to Silverton. Do you love this idea but live on the East Coast? Consider a White Mountains of New Hampshire road trip until you can make it here. Why is it called the $1 Million Highway? At least 4 theories offer explanations for the nickname. The region was once a hotbed of mining activity, and according to one legend, the gravel used to build the road contained gold and silver tailings worth $1 million. Others say the name originated when locals proclaimed that they wouldn't drive the road even for $1 million. Then there's simply the notion that the exhilarating drive offered $1 million views. But the real reason, according to several sources, is much more mundane. During a planning meeting in 1921, when discussions centered on the logistics of rebuilding what was then still a stagecoach road, one person commented that it would cost $1 million. He continued to refer to it as this $1 Million Highway, and the moniker stuck. When was it built? Construction started in 1880, when it became apparent that miners and prospectors needed a way to travel between the lucrative gold and silver mines in the Red Mountain District and the nearby towns. But in 1882, the Ouray and San Juan Wagon Company ran out of money. That's when Otto Mears, an entrepreneur who had already begun building a network of roads in the area in the 1870s, purchased a majority interest in the company.
And we're having this great view, and hello then, we're on different somewhere else. Well, I don't know what I am right now. Well, I am on a different place, somewhere here, and I got like a memory on the camera, and look at this beautiful view, and that's the best I ever seen, and also this is like the good view I ever take on my whole life, and also it's like a good memory here. Well, this is super the best, and I love it here. And this is like I love it. And this is Angel Love. I'm singing next. Well, good luck. Not the same old double single day highway. On the star to morning, south down to nothing to be today. And this is not the super duper best. And I Heart Country Radio. And this is Pilot. And welcome to Pilot's View. And this is the view we're taking. Dada, why we don't stop for a break? That's our view for today, and also we got so many trees making a path for us, and also there is a bunch of trees, and this is our scenery for today. A bunch of trees.
It's a cliff down under on your side.
Yeah. And also this is the best, and this is super duper this is the trip I do. And also that is like Deadpool. You know Deadpool song? And there's somebody stamping over there. We're not tapping there. So it's because we're going for a hotel ride. We're doing hotel and goodbye.
When was it built? Construction started in 1880, when it became apparent that miners and prospectors needed a way to travel between the lucrative gold and silver mines in the Red Mountain District and the nearby towns. But in 1882, the Ouray and San Juan Wagon Company ran out of money. That's when Otto Mears, an entrepreneur who had already begun building a network of roads in the area in the 1870s, purchased a majority interest in the company. Mears and his crews began blasting through solid rock at an actual cost of up to $40 per mile. When the 8.5-mile road was completed in 1883, it included a toll gate where Mears charged $5 for a wagon and team of horses, $2.50 for a trail wagon, and $1 for saddle animals. That one in 1883 is equivalent to nearly $26 today. Later that decade, Mears extended the highway twice, and in 1910 or, by some accounts, 1911, a doctor making a house call in a Model T was the first person to drive an automobile on the road. In 1924, the Colorado Department of Highways took over the road and improved it for car travel. It was completely paved by 1935, driving the $1 million highway. The paved 2-lane road climbs approximately 200 feet from Silverton to its summit at Red Mountain Pass, and then drops another 300 feet en route to Ouray. The terrain is mountainous, and the road is riddled with dozens of hairpin turns. Even though those switchbacks help drivers gain altitude, the road can be steep with a grade of up to 8% at times. The outside edge of the road hugs the sheer drop-offs to the valley below. Most people recommend that first-timers or those prone to white knuckles begin the drive in Silverton and motor north to Ouray. That way, your vehicle will be on the inside lane, closer to the mountain than to the cliff edges on the outside lane. Even so, you'll want to let your passenger do the gasping and gawking while you keep your eyes trained on the road. You can switch places for the return drive. You'll also want to make sure that you have the right car for this road trip. As you make your way out of Silverton, the highway soon enters the San Juan National Forest. Encompassing 1.8 million acres, it's the largest national forest in America, and it's home to incredible biodiversity. It hosts 23 varieties of and wildlife that includes bighorn sheep, black bears, elk, deer, and mountain goats. The promise of possible sightings is another. Great reason to remain as alert as possible on this road. But hold off on the coffee. There are no restrooms, gas stations, or other services on the $1 Million Highway. As you wind your way north, you'll be rewarded if it's clear. The largest mine ever to operate in the San Juans, Uncompahgre Gorge, from Red Mountain Pass. You'll begin your descent through this steep chasm between Bald Mountain and Telluride Ski Resort, carved by the Uncompahgre River's fast-flowing water, the same water. If you have four-wheel drive, you can get closer by taking County Road 31 for several miles, looping past Red Mountain Town, and a few other ghost towns before reconnecting with Highway 550. Ironton Town Site, closer to Ouray. This was once a transportation hub and supply center, until the metal machines used for mining were destroyed by high levels of sulfuric acid in the town's water. Several buildings, including a few homes, remain. Take the Ironton Park turnoff from the highway and indulge your inner explorer. How long does it take to drive? Though this stretch of road is only 25 miles, it takes about 45 minutes to drive in dry conditions. If you stick to the posted speed limit of 25 mph and 10 mph around many of the hairpin curves and don't make any stops. Most people, however, will want to take at least a couple detours, whether to explore a nearby mine or ghost town, or stretch their legs and relax their nerves on a short hike to an alpine lake.
If you don't want to feel rushed, plan on a few hours. Here are some other road trip planning tips you'll need before you go. Is it dangerous? It can be. About 40 accidents occur each year, with an average of 7 fatalities on the $1 Million Highway. Keep in mind that the original road was built for stagecoaches and horses, and the 1920s update followed much of the original route. The frequent switchbacks mean drivers need to be alert at all, especially since most of the road lacks guardrails of any kind. The area receives some 300 inches of snow each year, and guardrails prevent snowplows from pushing the accumulated flakes onto the already narrow shoulder and down the cliff sides. The road turns especially perilous when wet or icy, so drivers will want to avoid it in winter. Rock slides, mudslides, and avalanches are also possibilities, though the last time anyone was killed by an avalanche here was in 1992. Thanks to improved mitigation practices, even in summer, motorists need to be aware of frequent afternoon thunderstorms. Red Mountain Pass can close without warning if adverse weather conditions threaten safe travel. It's smart to check past conditions before you head out. So bookmark snowflow. All that said, almost any modern vehicle, including RVs, should be able. Highway are worthy of visits in their own
Silverton.
right. Silverton's main point of interest is the Durango-Silverton narrow-gauge railway, which operates a 52-mile ride on a historic steam-operated locomotive through the San Juan National Forest. This scenic train ride is a terrific way to experience the landscape without putting yourself in the driver's seat. It operates spring through fall, but the current COVID-19 pandemic may limit its operation for the coming season, so definitely check before you go. You can also engage your inner prospector in Silverton with a tour of the old 100 Gold Mine. Or, if you're anxious to get started on your $1 Million drive, simply take a short stroll around the town for a glimpse of its Old West origins, including miners' cabins and a brick jail built in 1903, which intermingle with modern shops and restaurants.
The ascent. The ascent is marked with several hairpin turns and narrow lanes that are cut directly into the sides of the mountains. Take your time and go slow. These roads are tricky, and it's a long way down. Make sure that you check the weather forecast before you go, and that you drive very carefully. Beware that the roads can sometimes close down at the last minute due to treacherous weather or rock slides, so make sure that your trip plans are flexible. Another explanation is that the construction of the road in the 1930s cost $1 million per mile, or that the land cost a total of $1 million. Also, some people think that the name has to do with the fact that builders used gravel from the nearby silver and gold mines, and that the dirt was so rich in ore it was worth $1 million. Things to do along the $1 Million Highway. Check out the ghost town of Animas Forks, an abandoned town filled with rickety old wooden buildings. That was once a thriving mining outpost. Relax in the natural mineral waters, Durango Hot Springs, go camping, hiking or fishing in the wilderness of the San Juan National Forest. Stop at Mullis Pass, where you can enjoy a stunning view of Mullis Lake and the Animas River Gorge. Visit the town of Silverton, with its colorful old buildings lining the streets, and its beautiful mountain surroundings. Stop as often as you like to get out, and enjoy the stunning mountain panorama. Views along this incredibly scenic journey.
Switzerland of America. Tourism began to thrive after 1887, which saw the opening of one of Colorado's grandest hotels, the 3-story Beaumont, and the arrival of the Denver-Rio Grande Railroad. Ouray began billing itself as the Switzerland of America thanks to its snow-capped alpine scenery. The early major attractions in town were the large municipal hot springs, pool and bathhouse, which opened in 1926. Other natural wonders near Ouray include Cascade Falls, Bear Creek Falls, and the Box Canyon.
Ouray shares many traits with Switzerland, but it has a unique charm. For one, Ouray's rich mining history gives the town a character rooted in the Wild West. This heritage is clear in its museums, like the Ouray County Museum. It is also evident in old mining structures scattered around. Switzerland is better known for its medieval castles and alpine culture. Another unique feature of Ouray is its accessibility and affordability compared to Switzerland.
Welcome to Ouray, Colorado, the perfect town for your perfect getaway. Let us be the first to welcome you to Ouray, the outdoor recreation capital of Colorado. Centrally located in southwest Colorado, Ouray is the perfect base camp for your explorations, offering a treasure trove of unique experiences all year long. Ouray is a high alpine community sitting at 800 feet in elevation, set in a geographic bowl formed by rugged and steep mountainsides that lead up to jagged 12,000 to 13,000-foot high peaks with several creeks cascading down through valleys and canyons into the city. Guests to our community come from all over the world to experience Ouray in its entirety, whether that be soaking in the Ouray hot springs, hiking our trails, learning about the history of the Ute Indians and a miner's life, shopping on our unique Main Street, or seeing our 3Ws wildlife, wildflowers, and waterfalls. Ouray, Colorado's hot springs locations. Soaking in one of Ouray's 4 hot springs properties is the perfect way to relax and rejuvenate after a day of adventure. Each property offers its own unique setting, from family-friendly pools to more intimate and tranquil spots, all filled with naturally heated mineral water. Surrounded by stunning mountain views, these geothermal springs provide a soothing and refreshing experience, whether you're looking to unwind or simply enjoy the therapeutic benefits. A dip in Ouray's hot springs is a must for any visitor seeking relaxation and natural beauty. Twin Peaks Lodge and Hot Springs. Experience the healing element of the natural minerals from our hot springs. Find enriched waters with minerals that have been known to help with lowering blood pressure and anxiety while promoting healthy skin. Find your new energy while you find your tranquility. Ouray Hot Springs Pool. Splash and play in Ouray's sulfur-free hot springs pool. After an exhilarating adventure on foot, or climbing up a wall of ice, or a pleasant day of shopping Ouray's unique businesses, soaking in the hot springs and viewing the snow-covered canyon walls from the water in winter is truly a restorative experience. Box Canyon Lodge and Hot Springs. Immersed in nature, this property and the healing hot springs have helped visitors reconnect with the outdoors for centuries. Originally home to the Ute Indians, the Ouray Hot Springs have been a beacon to many. Our property first became a hotel after World War II. Ever since, guests continue to come to the mountains to experience a tranquil retreat among the forest.
Ouray. This charming mountain town, home to just over 1,000, is surrounded by the San Juan Mountains, making it easy to understand how it earned its nickname, Little Switzerland. Less easy saying Ouray correctly. If you want to score points with the locals, you'll learn that it's correctly pronounced Ouray. Box canyons, waterfalls, hot springs, and hiking make this a favorite destination for Colorado residents and visitors alike. Even if it does require a nail-biting drive to get there. If you're feeling super adventurous, try some ice climbing at Ouray's Ice Park, which boasts more than 100 routes, all free to visitors. Day trips around Ouray. Ouray's prime location in the San Juan Mountains makes it a perfect home base for outdoor exploration. Whether you're looking to embark on thrilling hikes, take in spectacular drives, or immerse yourself in history, these day trips offer a variety of ways to experience the unparalleled beauty of southwestern Colorado. After each adventure, return to Ouray to relax in the soothing hot springs or wander through the town's historic district for a well-rounded experience. Ridgeway Railway Museum. Railroad Museum, located at 200 North Railroad Street, Colorado, is open every day to see our outdoor collection of railroad cars and other equipment. Urge to visit the museum, but we do accept donations. Some of the cars are open. Museum on Tuesday mornings from May to October. We also give rides on Motor Number 1 and Goose No for in the summer on Saturdays. True Grit Walking Tour. The Ridgeway Western Heritage Society offers a free 1-hour True Grit movie walking tour at 3 p.m. every Friday, June, July, and August. Also 10 a.m. Mondays in July, tours are free and last about an hour. Meet 15 minutes beforehand at the gazebo at Hartwell Park, which borders Highway 62 Sherman Street. Groups of 4 or more may email Eve Beckerdoyle to arrange a custom tour at any time during the year, but there's a charge of $10 per adult, along with the contributions ranchers made to Ridgeway and the surrounding area. Cross-country ski Log Hill. Log Hill is primarily covered in large ponderosa pine trees, pines, and junipers. Wildlife is abundant on the mesa with a fairly large population of mule deer, elk, bobcats, lynxes, black bears of various colors, wild turkeys, and an occasional sighting of sizes of flora vary greatly, almost 1,000 feet higher than Ridgeway.
Nearby, Ouray is a delight. The gem of our trip was Ouray. The pronunciation is tricky. But after asking the locals, we learned that it's somewhere between Ouray and Ouray. On our second trip to the area, years after our first trip, we decided to spend 2 nights in Ouray, and we were so glad that we did. Ouray has been nicknamed Little Switzerland, and the name doesn't lie. It's a town that sits on the valley floor with steep cliffs surrounding it, and it really does look like a town in the Swiss Alps. There's even a waterfall halfway up the cliff on one side. That provides a stunning backdrop for the town below. The town is great as well. It's your typical Colorado mining town turned vacation destination. There are plenty of shops and restaurants all up and down the main street. The area is also known for its hot springs, and there are many resorts and lodges with hot springs access. If you're feeling adventurous, my wife was, and I'm glad she dragged me along. Hike the rim trail around Ouray. The initial climb is a doozy, but once you reach the level of the trail, it's basically a flat walk around the cliffs above town. I still have about 40 photos from that hike. At the end of the day, when you're walking the main drag with an ice cream in hand, don't forget to look up at the cliffs surrounding you, remember where you are, and think about the incredible roadway that got you there.
There are no guardrails. Believe it or not, there are no guardrails on the $1 Million Highway. You're driving along the edge of a cliff. and there are no barriers at the edge of the shoulder. This isn't as scary as it sounds. The shoulder is quite wide, so it's not like you're driving with a steep drop-off right next to the edge of the pavement. But it can be intimidating, especially since the drop is so steep. If you prefer the security that guardrails provide, let someone else do the driving. You're going to want to take at least 100 pictures anyway. So let your travel partner drive while you snap away. The views are incredible. It's hard to describe the incredible views. This is one of those pictures don't do it justice kind of places. You'll have to drive the road yourself to really appreciate it. There are several areas where you can pull off and take pictures. And you'll probably want to stop at several of them, especially at the top of Red Mountain Pass, where you can take photos in many different directions. The road climbs and descends. Speaking of views, one of the best parts about driving the $1 Million Highway is seeing where the road goes next. If you drive it from the South Silverton to the north, you will climb up Red Mountain to Red Mountain Pass, and then begin a long descent through the Uncompahgre Gorge, down to Ouray. It is on this descent that you'll get the best views. You'll come around a corner, see the highway winding below you, and say, "We're going to go there." Make sure to stop at the overlook above Ouray. The view of the town from above is spectacular, even if you're driving from the north to the south. Stop here and look back at the town and take at least a dozen photos. You'll see lots of mining operations. Silverton is an old mining town, hence the name. As you depart Silverton, if you're driving south to north, just before you arrive in Silverton, if you're driving north to south, you will see the remnants of many mining operations on the hillsides. The largest operation you'll see is the old Longfellow mine. As you reach the top of Red Mountain Pass, you'll see even more abandoned mining operations. Ultimately, they're the reason this road exists. There had to be a way to get to this extremely rich mining region. 7. You'll wonder how they built it. One thing I kept wondering over and over as we drove the millions. Dollar Highway was how in the world they built this road without modern machinery. There are parts of the highway that seem to be carved out of the side of the cliff. Indeed, the workers more or less cut a notch in the side of the cliff. And that's the road that takes you from the mountain past down and out of the gorge. So if you're a construction buff, this is your drive. When you're looking at the mining operations, think about how the discovery of the mining riches of the region led to incredible feats of engineering. The construction, which was completed more than 100 years ago.
In the fall, Colorado is transformed into a natural arena of shimmering colors, with the state's signature gold aspen trees serving as the main act. San Juan Skyway, a breathtaking 236-mile loop through the San Juan Mountains of southwest Colorado, offers visitors an amazing array of fall colors, and includes a 70-mile stretch known simply as the $1 Million Highway. The Durango-Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad offers rides that coincide with optimal fall foliage. Another unique way to experience Colorado's fall. Colors is with soaring treetop adventures, home to 27 zip lines that pass by brilliant aspens. The Telluride Free Gondola is one of the most popular ways to view Telluride's amazing fall colors. The aerial views include the town of Telluride, its box canyon, and colorful valleys lined with aspens and evergreens. For yet another way to see Telluride's foliage, several trailheads are located right in town. Locals suggest the Judd-Weba Trail, a 3-mile loop that winds through large aspen groves and passes by Comet Falls.